Tensions are not a new phenomenon, especially among ethnic minorities in many parts of Africa, Uganda inclusive. One of the areas rife with such conflicts in Uganda is the Rwenzori region.
They are quite diverse, but the major ones will focus on the ethno-political, where conflicts is triggered by the ethnic tensions that exist between the different ethnicities, between mostly the majority versus the minority.
In many of the countries, fights over access to resources are some of the triggers to such conflicts.
The resources like land, resources like access to pasture for the pastoralists, resources like food, employment, all those are resources. So when one group does not access or is marginalized to access this, it raises tensions, which in the end becomes results into violence, and which becomes a protracted one and continues in line.
In neighboring Kenya, the ethnic minorities have equally had their share of suffering.
So the bigger tribes marginalize the smaller tribes. But this time around, we have said we are not going to be left behind. We must sit on the table. If you are not on the table, you are on the menu. So we don't want to be on the menu. We want to be on the table and negotiate for our space.
Advocates for peace are now emphasizing the importance of early warning mechanisms in preventing such conflict.
We are promoting the use of early warning mechanism, which is a digital mechanism for identifying, reporting and acting on incidents of tension, conflict tension, simmering up conflict, so that they handled before they escalate.
Security experts further explain how this system should work.
This is what we are calling intelligence, information. To have information that something bad is likely to happen, so that you can stop it before it happens. So there must be mechanisms of this early warning. And how do you organize them? For me, I'm seeing in terms of minority rights, the early warning should be government structures through RDCs, through security, to monitor and report early.
They all underscore the need to build the advocacy skills for minority groups so that they can stand for their rights.
You have to train people to be able to write letters, to be able to reach members of parliament.
Benjamin Jumbe, NTV.